And now he has his team in the NCAA tournament yet again. Lucas Santos is at center court, ready to toss it up as we get game 2 of 4 underway here in Wichita. And the tip is controlled by Georgia. Silas Demery Jr. averaging 13.5 points per game. He'll help run this offense, although he's posting up on Hickman to start. The ball's knocked out of bounds by Hickman.
Right away, Hickman on Demery Jr. defensively, and Ryan Nembhard guarding Blue Kane. That's a matchup to keep your eye on. They get Nembhard off the ball a little bit.
Kane has made 42 threes this year. There he goes. He'll get the ball back.
Movement,
yeah.
Constant movement.
In the paint, pull up Jay, too strong. Nembhard with the rebound. Now this is one of the more gifted passers in all of college basketball. To Hickman for 3. It's good. Assist number 1.
Catch and shoot, Nolan Hickman. He is tremendous at getting ahead of the basketball in transition.
3-0 Gonzaga on top. Newell up top. Newell puts it on the deck. Asa Newell, as Steve said, a gifted freshman recruited by Gonzaga. The 3 answers too strong. And the rebound pulled down by Georgia. The shot clock did not reset. Dylan James in the paint, lost it out of bounds. It'll be Gonzaga basketball.
What I love this was the push. Nembhard did a nice job. Him and Hickman are so connected. They play so many games together, got his feet set, and knocked that one down. And they can get him to knock down threes. And really, this entire Zag ball club haven't shot the ball well from behind the three-point line, Debbie.
Well, they run the floor hard and wide in transition, and they got multiple offensive threats, including Caleb Battle right there with a floater on a baseline.
Battle with an amazing athletic move. It's 5-0. Godfrey gives it off to James.
Caleb Battle's one of those players. Love to catch it from Nembhard, but he can create his own buckets.
And Kane off the front of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Battle. Battle been all over the place. Temple. Security Gonzaga. That's a good look, and the bucket is no good. Look at this play by Battle.
Watch this right here. Battle does a nice job attacking the closeout late defensively, and he's going to make you pay. Look at the float and the hang time.
Well, we mentioned that he's transferred from Temple. He's also played at Butler and at Arkansas. As Huff goes to the free throw line, Huff 74% free throw shooter, and he converts the first one to the threes. It was Huff who made the only 3 for Gonzaga in the West Coast Conference Championship game. They were 1 for 15.
And he was inserted into the lineup and played extremely well. Not only did he make that 1-3, Tom, he had 18 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals.
Godfrey underneath, shot no good. Newell with the rebound. Newell falls to the floor, and a tie-up. And the jump ball possession goes to Gonzaga.
Georgia very well prepared behind Mike White for the extended pressure off free throws. And they do a good job of attacking the rim. They got to finish those plays.
How about this difference? Since 2003, NCAA tournament wins, Gonzaga 39, Georgia none.
Okay,
yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, Mark Moore knows what it takes. He's been here a lot. He understands.
Yeah, the last win for Georgia was in 2002 as Ike is fouled from behind.
Gonzaga is going to run great stuff. It's going to be a combination of passing cut, some ball screen action. That's a really good job on a late dive on the shot clock by Ike to draw a foul.
Yeah, Dylan James called for the foul. It's his first, team's second. The inbounds goes to Huff. There's a size mismatch here. Little hedge down low. Huff realizes it, uses his other hand, and converts. He has 3.
Great patience, understood, had his eyes up, waiting for the double team. It didn't come. Nice little tough floater, soft touch from him, Huff.
Yeah, Kane lost control. Here's Nembhard speeding up the floor. He also lost control, but got it back. Ike, boy, he's really far away from the hoop.
He really is extending that off arm, too.
He sure is.
Had it up real high.
He's going to Barkley his way right on down to the paint.
Demery Jr. into the paint, bounce pass to Newell, tried to reverse his field, lost it out of bounds.
Georgia just playing so fast right now, really trying. You know, we talked about nerves in the beginning of the last game, and you're seeing a little bit here out of Georgia, but this is just a smart recognition by Huff. You got the mismatch. Don't pass it back and relocate or repost. Take advantage of your matchup.
Yeah, and we mentioned the switch in the starting lineup. Mark Few said he just wanted a different look as Nemhart tries that three, gets the bounce. It's good. It's 11-0 Gonzaga. Okay, so now they have 2 threes.
Well, you know what, Dad? These are some great rims. We saw us in the first game. There's 3 or 4 bounces. Usually don't get that, and you can see the youth and inexperience right now from Georgia. They have 5 turnovers to start this game, and watch this shot there.
I mean, he's got to be living right to get that one to go in. Georgia just all sped up right now.
So they substitute. Santo Surreal checks in. So does Tyron Lawrence.
But then I'm looking at Silas Demery Jr., and he is turning around, he's clapping, he's getting his guys to settle down. That's what a leader does. I like that Mike White hasn't called timeout, by the way.
I was just going to ask you guys if you thought they would do it.
It's too early. He doesn't need it. He's got to trust his guys right here.
Yes, for sure. Sometimes you call that timeout, and especially when they're so young, they start to hyperventilate in that timeout. Let them play through it.
Ike got position, and Ike over the top of a smaller player, and he gives Gonzaga a 13-0 lead.
Now, if they don't score in the next possession, I might consider it.
We're thinking on the same page right now.
We're getting close to the media timeout, though.
Surreal hands it off. Lawrence caught in the corner. Look at the long arms of Ike. Surreal wide open. He didn't realize it. He didn't realize Kane was open, too, when the ball goes out of bounds with 7 on the shot clock.
Well, let's just watch what the Zags are doing. They're up 13. Everything is going. Great pass, great footwork, great touch.
AJ, this youthful Georgia team, they got to bounce back.
They do, and you've been talking about their youth, but they're also battle-tested. In fact, 19 of the 32 teams they've played this year are now playing in the tournament. And if you look at their schedule between January and February, they played 8 top 10 teams. Coach White told us that really helped with their collective confidence, so look for them to try to bounce back here. And Silas Demery added that this is a team that's resilient, so that's what we're going to look for, guys.
And Asa Newell gets the first bucket of the day for the Bulldogs. That might loosen the reins a little bit.
I think so, Tom. Good job by Asa being able to stay active. Caught the basketball on that offensive rebound, Deb, and put it back in. They needed that.
You know, Steve, that's one of the things that Georgia excels at. 36% of the shots they miss, they offensive rebound.
Shot clock winding down under 10. Ike in the paint, throws it up, and he falls to the floor. Oh, man, he's got 4, and that may have been the toughest of the 2.
There's some bumping going on down there. As you can see, the 2 bigs going at it. Well, watch the first bucket for Georgia, Deb. Goes up. Asa not standing still. He's a great offensive rebounder, has great touch. I think also, Deb, right now, they need to give him the basketball, not just let him get off the glass, let him get some touches.
Yeah, they need to feature him offensively in a spot where he can do some damage, like right here. Now they're getting him the basketball on the block where he can go to work.
Shot clock down to 10, working against Ike, who's going to be called for the foul. That'll be his first.
Yeah, this is going to be an important whistle right here because both these teams are very physical in the post. And Newell's going to pick up a foul right there on Ike. And Ike's been prone to foul trouble throughout his career, but has done a nice job this year of not being in foul trouble.
He checks out. Mr. Zag, Ben Gregg, checks in. He goes out on defense on Demery Jr. Newell with the rebound, throws it up, and he's going to go to the free throw line.
He is relentless, Newell, right here, because of he does not stop moving. He has great timing, and you can see these 2 bigs going at it. One's a redshirt senior, one's a freshman, Deb. This is a pretty good matchup.
And Newell is not just a rebounder in his area. You've seen both offensive rebounds. He's come from somewhere else to the glass, so he is relentless going to the boards. You have to know where he is.
First free throw, no good. You know, the other part of Newell is that Mark Few spent time with us yesterday, and he talked about his team, talked about their run in the NCAAs, but he spoke glowingly about Asa Newell and about his family because he recruited him heavily. It probably came down to Georgia and Gonzaga.
Well, Asa Newell and his brother, who's on the team as well, they grew up around Athens. Their grandmother was someone who worked in the president's office at the University of Georgia, so they did preschool and swimming lessons on campus when they were boys. There's a good hustle play right there by Demery Jr.
So 5 turnovers for Georgia, 1 for Gonzaga. It's a 12-point lead for the Zags. Demery Jr., you might hear his dad barking in the background. He did that quite often yesterday during the practice session. Here's Newell, and he's traveling. That's 6 turnovers.
I wonder how coaches feel like Coach Few just to get a chance to watch Asa Newell and said, I want you to fit in with us. Well, that would have been his talented front line.
There's Demery's dad. Guys, he was the Defensive Lineman of the Year in the Arena League in 2005. He's barking right now.
He is barking.
Nembhard skips it to the corner. Hickman thought about it. Huff up top. Back to Nembhard off the screen. Nembhard bounce pass to the baseline. I think Greg was surprised by that. Hickman for 3. Yes!
It's such a great job. Play out of the short corner, behind the defense, kick back up to the relocated Hickman, who's a catch and shoot.
6 points for him. He's got 2 threes. They're perfect from outside the arc. And Lawrence lost it out of bounds. They say touch last by Battle. All right, so turnovers have been a problem for Georgia so far in this first half.
It has, and especially at the beginning of this game. They were just giving it away in great hands defensively from the Zags, and nothing going on for them. They were swarming. You can see a little nerves from this young team. Just wasn't in sync so far. They have kind of calmed down, still down a lot, but they're starting to look better.
I think you have to give some credit to Gonzaga's defense. They have done a nice job on their scouting report D. 6 turnovers, only 8 field goal attempts. There's another turnover.
Yeah, LeFew lost it as he tried to go down low to Surreal. So 7 turnovers. Georgia averages about 13 per game, so this is kind of weird for them.
This is one of their things, is they've turned the ball over all season. It's been an issue for them.
Nembhard covered up front by LeFew. Up, extra pass down low. Shot clock under 10. Hickman to the corner. And Achinte converts. They're 4 for 4 from beyond the arc.
They talk about his three-point shooting. They say he's very good. Doesn't get a lot of attempts. He's their best on-ball defender. And he knocked that one down.
Really nice verticality at the rim. And look at the hustle right here by Gonzaga.
Yeah, Newell may have taken that one in the chops as they battled for it. Slow to get up. The foul is on Newell.
Yeah, I think it's Surreal that
I think so.
catches
Poked him in the eye.
face.
Oh, his own teammate. Yeah, he came in from the back. All right, so Newell will take a break. They're going to look at that just to see. Marquise Pettigrew.
This is good for Georgia. They need a stoppage of play so they can regroup without having to call a timeout. I do think it's right there.
Right there.
Surreal hits him in the face. It's a good hustle play.
Gene Steratore has been busy all day long. Gene, what did you see on this one here?
You know, Tommy, I think you guys got it right. It looked like friendly fire. It was a teammate. From the official standpoint, when you see a player go down like that, you want to go over and take a look. They did it very quickly, which is great. We get back to basketball again.
Well, Gene, continue on today. Keep that voice in good tone.
I sure will, Tom.
We look at it one more time, and incidental contacts. Gonzaga will have the ball, up 21-3.
They got to get some stops on this end of the floor. They can't get anything easy in transition because they're taking it out of the net. Their defense has to stop.
Here's Huff again.
And really good stuff, right? See, I mean, just 2 men, clear it out, single side, and you let Nembhard pick you apart.
Well, he has 5 points. Nembhard already has 3 assists in this first half.
The reason why, Tom, there's not enough pressure on him. You got to apply pressure, and off the pick and rolls, you got to hedge hard. You got to get him uncomfortable. Right now, he's getting whatever he wants.
And Achinte is foul going up. Well, it's knocked out of bounds. No foul.
Well, watch this, Deb. I mean, you look at it. We talk about one of the best passers. There's no pressure. That's just an easy look, and obviously you got to make the bucket, but there's no pressure from Georgia right now defensively.
If you're going to ice those ball screens on the wing, which is what I think Georgia likes to do, you've got to keep them on the same side, and you do have to level off the screen right there. You cannot let him turn the corner and have vision.
Pass up top, shot clock is plenty of time. Hickman gives up his dribble. Greg to the corner. Good feed to Huff. Huff underneath, reverses his field. He has 7 first-half points. They are scorching hot right now from the floor.
Good ball movement, too. Not a lot of dribbles, Deb. They are sharing it. They are on all cylinders.
They try to answer with a side 3. It's no good.
Good throw ahead.
Oh, yeah. Excellent vision.
They are 10 for 12 from the
Amazing.
floor.
What a punch in the gut this is. Nembhard gets it back, slips it to Greg. Greg has it blocked away. Battle for the loose ball, puts it back up. It's good. He says, I don't know, it took a few. And a timeout called by Mike White.
Now you need the timeout for sure. My goodness.
11:43 to play in the first half. It is all Zags. Everybody hopes that when you're watching a college basketball game that things balance out. Well, right now it is teetering to the other side for Gonzaga, up 27-3. They forced 7 turnovers so far.
Well, not only 7 turnovers, they scored 15 points off of that, and they are doing an excellent job of just getting whatever they want right now defensively for Georgia, Deb. They are not applying any pressure, and we need some leadership right now. Somebody has to get going, and with some vocal leadership, you can see right now they are looking very wide-eyed.
I'm shocked, to be honest with you. I mean, this is an 8-9 game. And Gonzaga shows quarter court pressure, and then they stretch out to the half court, and they pick up with better ball pressure. That's the ball pressure you've been talking about Georgia needs. Gonzaga has been very good on the defensive end.
And they bring the lengthy Ajayi in. He's covering up Asa Newell right now. EK is in the middle of the paint on Godfrey. Shot clock is at 5. Demery Jr. into the paint. Shot clock at 2. And bucket is good. 11:14 to play here in the first half. Demery Jr. is going to get a free throw. Moments ago, AJ caught up with Mark Few.
Coach Few, you're getting some great looks and matchups to start this one. Now Georgia applying a little more pressure. How do you keep that momentum going?
No, we just got to stay in attack mode at that end and take what they give us. We've been able to make a lot of shots here, especially early from the perimeter. The thing that's got us out to this lead is our defense, okay? We gave up kind of an easy one right there, but it's all about our defense.
Thank you, Coach.
All about their defense. They forced 7 turnovers.
I think their unpredictability has been outstanding. They've stayed to their matchups. They've also switched. We've seen them extend their pressure. Now Georgia's going to come with some extended pressure. I don't think Ryan Nembhard is trappable, to be honest with you. I think he's untrappable, unflappable.
And Caleb Battle connects on a 3.
Deb, I'm with you. I don't really like that low 1. I don't know if it was 1-2-2 or 1-3-1, but it was soft. There was no pressure on him. If you don't give him any pressure, I mean, he can look. The one thing is you got to take away his vision. He's a smaller guard, but if you don't pressure him, he's going to pick you apart.
The Few with a spin move. That's a circus shot off the glass. 30-7. That's his first bucket.
And you got to cut down his window at some point. You can't let him see all 9.
Battle again. This time deadens it off the back of the iron. No good. So they get a stop.
The other thing, too, is I'm attacking him on the defensive
Yep.
end. Even though he moves his feet well, he's a smaller guard. We go right at him to the paint.
Demery Jr. gets it off to the left wing. Jumper no good. Newell with the rebound. LeFew for 3. It's good. He splashes it home. He's got 5.
He was giving him some punch off the bench. Good job for him. Good job by him knocking down a couple shots.
Transfer from Mount St. Mary's. Asked Mike White, what made you think that he would be able to transition to the SEC? He said, well, when he scored 27 on us last year.
Zone right here.
Battle. Tries to knife through that zone. Lost control. And the steal is picked up by Godfrey. All right, so Georgia, there's no doubt they're struggling to get into the offensive ends. 4 of 15 overall, 1 for 6 from beyond the arc.
Nothing easy, nothing in transition. Got to get to the free throw line.
I mean, pickup point has been better for the Zags than Georgia. And also look at the pressure they're applying. I mean, they are into it. Like you said, Nembhard is flying around there, getting through screens. Intensity, ooh, that's a big time bump right there.
Yeah, Godfrey and EK, and Godfrey called for the traveling violation.
I felt that one there.
Wow.
Watch this. The drive, and EK just stands him up.
I mean, he kept his hands high, he moved his feet.
Hit him with all chest.
Kept his chest in front, right.
Well, one thing you knew when EK was at Wyoming, I mean, this is a big man. Had the year off before he transferred to Gonzaga and just continued to grow with the upper body strength. Become an excellent passer, too.
Well, he's led the team in scoring all season long. He's been fantastic as an anchor inside. He's got great quickness. He's got the counter moves inside as well. And he's become a really good passer.
Yep.
You know, they play through the post at Gonzaga.
From cheering to celebrating, fan work is thirsty work. Crack open a refreshing Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Demery Jr. high post pass to Asa Newell.
Nothing easy.
Nope.
Active hands.
8:45 to play. Demery, little hesitation, little shake and bake. Pull up Jay, no good. And look at EK coming out of nowhere to rip down that rebound. And Nembhard, hair flying everywhere. EK, great shot fake, spinning, kept his pivot foot short.
You should never take a pump fake from Graham.
Let him have that.
Little 5-0 run right now by Georgia. Demery, his putback is no good, and he's fouled.
Right now, Georgia has no offensive rhythm at all. Too many guys going one-on-one. There's not enough good spacing. I mean, if you look at it, everything is clogged in the middle.
Well, that's the second foul on EK.
I would get a couple sides, right, to your point, Steve, you know, and then come back to the middle third and see if you can run some ball screen action then. But I want to move Gonzaga.
Demery to the free throw line. 0 for 1 so far. Here's the first of 2. And it's good. They got some breathing room they can work with.
I think so. I think for a while.
You know, his freshman year, he averaged 3.6 fouls a game. Last year, he fouled out of 4 games. And he's done a much better job this year.
Second shot is good.
You don't need him right now. You sit him.
Little scoring run now for Georgia. 7-0 over the last 2.5 minutes. But it's just cut the lead to 18.
A little bit more pressure right now from Georgia.
Stromer to battle inside. They go to Huff. Huff backing his way in. Huff from the baseline. Can't get it to go. And Giant with the rebound. And the battle for that loose ball. And Huff is fouled going up.
Wow.
I mean, out of nowhere, Tom.
18-point lead for the Zags. It's an 18-point lead for Gonzaga, 30-12. Georgia, though, is on a little bit of a run. Moments ago, A.J. Ross caught up with Mike White.
Coach, Dakota Lefew and Silas Demery giving you a bit of a spark, but 8 turnovers have really hurt. What more do you need to see to get into an offensive rhythm for the guys?
Pass to the guy when he's open. That's it. Just trying to do too much individually. We've got to move it and settle in offensively. But obviously, we're not getting any stops to get out and transition with some numbers. Defensively, Hitman got going from 3. Multiple threes, obviously. We're struggling on the interior, falling for some shot fakes. We got to settle in both offensively and defensively. First time getting the NCAA tournament for a lot of these guys. We've been better in the last few. We'll be better here the remainder of the game.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
A 7-0 run over the last few, but it's been a very physical game.
It is. Me and Deb almost came out of our seat on that offensive rebound. Because you go up and get it textbook 2 hands over the bigs.
Well, if you haven't had the nerves knocked out of you by now with the physicality of this game, you know, this is, Mike White's right. They're going to play better. They withstood the early run. Now they got to dig in. They got to get some easy baskets.
Well, that helps that Huff just missed those 2 free throws because Gonzaga's gone through a little bit of a scoring drought over 3 minutes since the last point for the Zags. And Demery Jr.'s fouled by Hickman.
That time they had the middle of the floor wide open for Demery to go one-on-one. Look at the space he has to deal with right here. It's just one-on-one, and you can't help off that strong side corner, or most teams don't.
5 team fouls for Gonzaga. LeFew is 3, no good. Battle with the rebound. I'll tell you, just watching Battle how athletic he is, his quick burst of speed.
Yeah, he's a guy that can get his own, and what I mean by that is he's so strong and so talented with the basketball. Doesn't need to be spoon-fed by Nembhard.
Good switch by Georgia.
Nembhard along the baseline, kicks it up top for Hickman. Extra pass for Battle for 3. It's good. Around and in. He's got 8.
Swing, swing. They are so good at that on the weak side, getting an open jumper.
And I love it, Deb, that Nembhard got his feet in the paint, which collapsed the defense, and Asa Newell, nice bucket for him. He needs touches, Deb. I'm going to keep crying out.
Yeah. No.
Got to get him to basketball because he's going to make good things happen.
Ajayi's first foul. Caleb Battle, we asked him yesterday what he's looking forward to most. He said winning. And I said, did you ever anticipate that you have this opportunity? He said, honestly, I didn't think it would take this long for me to get to the NCAA tournament.
This is his first NCAA as well as Michael Ajayi's first NCAA tournament.
Said Battle started at Butler, a couple years at Temple, Arkansas, here Gonzaga, as Newell converts the free throw. He's got a very talented family, obviously. His brother played at Syracuse. His younger sister, Gigi, is one of the top players, female players in the country out of the great Garden State.
Some talent in that family. To me, there's no pressure right here on this. I mean, get up into the ball.
Up, in and out. Surreal with the rebound, and they're going to get him for a travel. Oh, he's
We're
tough.
going to say he had possession.
Yeah.
Fell down with the ball. That would be travel.
It was a good rebound, too. He landed on his backside.
Got an out of rebound, out of space rebound, though. I'll take it.
9th turnover. Ball knocked out of bounds by LeFew.
Georgia has to be careful. All the coaching staff and the players on the same page to run it again. They must have saw something there.
Pre-switching on some of this out of bounds sets here defensively.
Tough getting position. Battle again, quick first step into the paint. Battle sweeps in. Oh man, what a play. He has 10.
Body control, body strength, and nice English off the glass with that one, Deb.
Explosive.
Now the foul on the floor. Here's a look from our AT&T connected cam.
Drive it hard, off the bounce. The English and the spin, that was beautiful.
I think it's a good way of putting the English. I mean, his body was torquing every which way.
Just like Deb used to do it.
Yeah,
Just like Deb.
I don't think so.
Battle's high school coach at Trenton Catholic, formerly McCourston High School. Freddie Fauci, he said he texts him every day. He said he breaks down his game for him. Freddie was an exceptional high school basketball coach. First free throw was good, so Demery converts. And Deb, you mentioned something before about Demery, just how he's keeping his team into it. His body language hasn't changed at all, even with them down like this.
The right basketball body language when you need it, right? He's the leader. His guys are counting on him. And he's got to lead by example right here, not just with his voice.
Nembhard, traveling violation. He does not make mistakes that often.
He is an incredible student of the game. I say he answers the 3 W's, who to get the ball to, when and where, and you see he drags his pivot foot right there. There's some pressure on the ball.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure on the ball. That helps. High hands, active hands. He hadn't seen that.
Here's Demery giving it up to Lawrence. Whistle blows, and a tie-up underneath. They'll get Nembhard for the foul. That'll be his first. And that'll send Georgia to the free throw line. As LeFew will go to the line, an 80% free throw shooter. Talked to Mike White yesterday about LeFew. and transferring from Mount St. Mary's, he said, you know, I keep looking at him as he misses the front end of the one-on-one. He goes, I think he's ready to go off at any given time.
Okay. Well, they definitely would be a good time right now.
They need it.
He's played well. It'd be a good time right now.
And an illegal screen called against Diani. That's his first. And it's the 19th foul for Gonzaga.
Well, hip check right there.
Hip check and shoulder check.
You know, they talk about freedom of movement, making sure that those are called. That was pretty easy to pick up. Demery, quick first step into the paint. Now he's caught in a double team on defense, and the slam by Surreal.
Ooh.
He almost brought down that backboard.
That's the way you see it. That's the way you catch it and go up with some force.
17-point game. The largest lead was 25 for Gonzaga. Battle goes right to the rim, and he lays it in. He has 12.
Maybe that's too easy.
Way too easy. Turning the corner. And Battle's going to the paint to score. He's not going to pass.
Lawrence bumped inside. Count the bucket. They're going to get Diani. That'll be his second.
Well, let's watch this. Nice little pass, pocket pass. Go up, big fella. And then Battle, you cannot dab all the way from outside the three-point line all the way to the bucket.
Good post up inside, too, to occupy the help.
Let's check that real quick. They called the foul on Battle instead of Diani. And Lawrence to the free throw line. The transfer from Vanderbilt had 1,000 points at Vandy, and he converts.
You want Georgia to put a little game pressure on Gonzaga, make it a little harder for them. They've not had to make any shots under duress yet.
Under 5 to play. Hickman hopping. Hickman doesn't get the angle.
Make a play with his feet. Ooh,
that could have been a backcourt.
I thought that was.
That was pretty close. Demery can't convert, but Greg will be called for the foul. All right, what do you think here, Deb? We're right at midcourt.
Oh no, he
was there. Yep.
No, you gotta have all 3 feet and ball passed. It looked like it from our angle, though.
It did.
That's why we're sitting over here.
I was with you, Deb.
Demery back to the line. And the first is good. All right, they've whittled it down to 15. I mean, it was a 25-point game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're going to put some pressure on him. You can expect some extended pressure here by Mike White's team. You got to keep chipping away right here. You got 4:40 to play. If you can get it down to single digits, then you're in
that's a
business.
win for sure, Deb, if they can.
Remember,
I like this.
It was 30-12 when EK went out with 8:21 to play. You like the fact they pressured a little bit on the inbounds?
You can tell right now, just a little bit hands activity.
Hickman
Good
for
contest.
3, no good, and he's fouled. He's going to get 3 shots. That foul is on Kane.
Everything was good, Deb, until the end. I mean, the contest, they went right into him.
Yeah, no question. Affects his landing spot.
Nolan Hickman to the free throw line where he's 92.3%.
You got to be there early on the catch for him and make him put it on the floor, move his feet.
First of 3. Now, Hickman said last week that as EK continues to watch on the bench, this is not the first time he's been in Wichita. In fact, when he was a kid, 8 or 9, he competed in the Junior Olympics here in Wichita in the 100 and 200 meters. And up until 2019, his number in the 100 meters was still that age group's record.
Wow.
So he's used to winning in Wichita. Lead is back to 17.
The record stood for a while, Deb.
I can't believe he even knew that.
Well, he was kind of surprised that it was even broken. There's an air ball. Here comes the record holder. Leaves it for Diani. Diani, a little awkward.
Yeah, that's on Hickman. You can't
knows
give
it too.
it to him.
You can't,
Yes.
you can't give him the ball there.
Oh, he's still killing himself about it.
He got it. He said, I'm going to the bucket. He caught it at the free throw line.
Lawrence double teamed on the baseline. James firing a threat way off.
That's not a good look at all.
10 for 23 for the season. Gonzaga and Mark Few up by 17 over Mike White and the Georgia Bulldogs. 17-point lead for Gonzaga. The largest lead in this first half was 25. Our tournament summary: 14 teams received tournament bids from the SEC. So far, they're 1-1. Battle of the Birds. The Blue Jays knocked off the Cardinals. Sorry about that, Deb.
Yeah.
89-75. No close calls. All games have been double-digit victories today.
Well, congratulations to Creighton, and what a great season for Louisville. Pat Kelsey did a marvelous job with his team. Chucky Hepburn, one of the best players in the country.
Hickman for three. Yes, he splashed it home.
Catch and shoot, man, all day.
In rhythm.
His feet lined up. You have to find him.
It's like a practice shot, Deb.
It really
He caught
was.
it, took his time.
He has 12. They are making up for lost time. They were 1 for 15 from beyond the arc in the West Coast Conference Championship. Again, they rely more on twos than threes, but today it's been the three. His battle, hustling, and look out. Uh-oh, battle. What? All right, let's see you do it again. All right, I was only kidding. All right, Steve Smith, now let's see you do it.
Oh, no, Deb told me she got it. Let's watch this three-pointer by
I mean,
Hickman.
you're coming out of a timeout. It's right in the shooting pocket, in rhythm. You have to know where he is.
You can't assume that they're going to be 1 for 15 again the way they're shooting today. LeFew from way downtown. That may have been a heat check as there's a foul on the floor. Battle's got a smirk on his face. Ajayi called for the foul. That's his second foul. And now Asa Newell back to the free throw line. Hickman, boy, look at that.
I watched all of his three-point banks on Synergy, and coming into the game, this were his numbers. He made 72 coming into today, 60 catch and shoot, 12 he dribbled into his three. It's very telling about how to guard him and what a valuable weapon he is also for Gonzaga.
He is, Deb. I mean, just look at his numbers. 48% from the field, 44 from three, and 92% from the free throw line.
You know, he usually gets text messages from their assistant coach, Coach Gentry, about reaching that number of 50 from the field, 40 from beyond the arc, and 90 from the free throw line. He's not totally there yet, but he looks like he's getting close. There's the steal. Yep, LeFew. Right place, right time. 2.5 to play.
And when you watch Georgia run offense, I mean, Asa Newell does not touch the ball at all. It could be 3 or 4 trips down, Deb, and I just don't see him in the offense at all.
You know, he is 3.3 offensive rebounds a game, second best in the SEC.
Coming up on AT&T at the half, get all the scores and highlights, plus the latest NCAA tournament news. That's all coming up on AT&T at the half. All right, this is the 6th team foul on Georgia.
I mean, it's surreal and pick and roll game right here, and that's the second time that LeFew has really thrown it away, trying to get the ball to Surreal in that pick and roll game.
Nemhart to Hickman, catch and shoot. It's good. He is smoking hot right now.
It is money.
He has 18 first half points.
He's gotten 4 practice threes. I mean, no one's around him, and now you got him in a rhythm. This is scary.
Let me correct that. He has 15 first half points. The ball is loose in the battle underneath. The foul will go against Georgia.
Deb, I think that's a frustration shot by Asa Newell, taking that three because he hasn't touched it.
Yeah, I mean, they go 2-man. naked side, two-man game, and instead of rolling or short rolling, he pops to the corner for a three. Now, he is a 30% three-point shooter. He has made 26 on the season. But to your point, Steve, he's much better around the rim or catching it on a cut, catching it on the move instead of a catch and shoot.
Battle back to the free throw line. Well, to the free throw line for the first time. He has 12 first half points. 93% for the year. He converts.
Let's go,
And now the second shot. There's Silas Demery, senior. He's working hard today to try to get his.
You can see the competitor.
Yeah.
He wants to get out there.
Well, Battle third in the nation in free throw shooting, right, Tom? I mean,
yep.
93%. It's pretty good.
Well, that, and he's already exceeded his season average in points. What a fit he's been for Gonzaga.
They clear it out.
Demery Jr. pull up Jay, no good. Ball tipped around. Battle with the rebound. Netmark got his hand on it.
That was a great job by Hickman. They reversed the basketball. He knew he was on the side by himself, Hickman, and he just played him to go to the middle.
Battle missed the three. Surreal with the rebound.
When you get that one-on-one defensively, force him back into help.
Yep.
Newell thought about the three again, spinning in the paint. Left-handed shot, banks it home. He has 10.
10 on about 3 touches.
Hickman in the deep corner.
Nembhard snaking his way up, goes to the corner for Hickman. Huff, the former high school point guard. Nembhard into the paint. Nembhard bounce pass, extra pass to Ajayi, who may have stepped out of bounds. 50 seconds to play in the first half, a first half that has been dominated by Gonzaga.
There's 17 panels over there between the sideline and the three-point line in the deep corner. And you got a big size, I don't know what size shoe he has, but he only got 3 feet, 3 inches. There's not a lot of space. Got to have the right footwork at the break.
LeFew for three, no good. Battle with another rebound. Battle's got 7 rebounds.
He's doing it all.
He's doing it all.
Knocking down threes, rebounding, defending.
Timeout called by the Zags, up 48-27. They're going to work one more shot. And how about Battle today? He's doing it all. How about that athletic move right there?
He has, Tom, and you can see this play right here, the little English, and then just to top it off, let me just go high jump over the table one more time.
Did you get an assist to the official for that?
I don't know. I think the official was wide-eyed when he was watching it. So they call the timeout to get Nembhard back in offensively.
Offensive possession.
Off the high screen, Battle. Lost it at a back. Oh, lost it off the backboard. Georgia's going to have a chance here. Demery pulls it out. Mike White is marking out the play. At this point in the season, all coaches have this raspy voice to them. Asa Newell for three, no good. Rebound taken down by Huff. He'll let it fly, and it's off the top of the backboard. And the way Gonzaga's played in this game, you kind of thought that might go in, even though it was 3/4 of the way away. 48-27, Gonzaga on top of Georgia. You know, they averaged 41.8 points in the first half of games. This is a little stretch for them.
Well, it is, but I think their defense has really been a story for me in that first half.
Nolan Hickman standing by with A.J. Ross.
The heat is radiating off of Nolan. He has a hot hand, 15 points, 3 assists, but collectively you all forced double-digit turnovers. How critical is defense creating offense in a tournament game like this?
No, it's a big thing. It's a big deal. Honestly, we just need to transition, get back on defense, and then we just got to make plays on offense, and that's what's been happening.
Well, thank you. Good luck.
Say that one more time.
I said thank you. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
He and Battle combined for 29 points in this first half. That's the end of the first half. We'll send you the AT&T at the half after these messages. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. give the check to Nolan Hickman as well. He was spotting up from beyond the arc.
Yes, he was. I mean, he was shooting practice shots. I mean, getting wide open shots, and definitely you got to knock him down, give him a lot of credit. Then he got into rhythm. You talked about that 50-40-90. He was 80, 100, and 100.
I mean, he is a rhythm guy. And then on the other end, Newell, he's got to catch the ball. He's operating in the middle third. He's got to get touches, as you've said, all game, Steve. And he's terrific on the offensive glass. But you got to take shots that you know he can go get an offensive rebound. And I didn't think they played well in the first half at all on the offensive end.
All right, so here's the shot chart. Remember, 1 for 15 in the West Coast Conference Championship. But look how hot they were, particularly from the left side.
Well, we talked about, Hickman, but also give Battle a lot of credit. He is 2 for 5 from the three-point line, 5 of 8 from the field. He has 14 points. You can just go down the list of guys shooting it well in the first half for Gonzaga.
All right, they'll also get a clean slate from Graham Ike, who was out for a good portion of the second half of the first half because of 2 fouls. So he'll start this second half.
Well, if you subscribe to the plus minus, Brandon Huff is plus 29 in the first half. That's a big number.
That's huge. And again, second straight game that he started. And he'll start this second half. Georgia with the basketball as we begin the second half. The right to move on to face the #1 team in the Midwest region, the Houston Cougars. Luke Kane goes to a cutting LeFew inside for Newell. Quick spin move. Huff cuts him off. And Asa Newell gets the roll.
You let him get to that right shoulder. He is very effective. I love the set coming out of the locker room for Mike White. Get your guy going early.
NCAA tournament history, teams leading by 20 or more. You saw the numbers. It's hard to overcome that. Battle inside Ike, extra pass. Huff from the corner for 3. It's good. It is raining threes for the Zags.
Yeah, is that good basketball or what? The ball touched the paint. It got sprayed around and went side to side. And then a big sitting out there by himself knocked it down.
Absolutely gorgeous. How about that? Good ball movement by Georgia coming right back.
14 points for Asa Newell. There's still plenty of time. I think the McNeese State-Clemson game showed us there's still plenty of time in this one. That one came down to the wire. McNeese pulled off the upset. Battle tried to leave it, and a foul on Georgia. Let's check in with A.J. Russ.
Well, Tom, you noted Gonzaga raining down threes. That was the first thing out of Mike White's mouth at halftime. They have to defend the 3 better and stay attached to shooters. He also mentioned the turnovers, but more specifically on the interior. He says guys need to secure the ball with 2 hands. And he said they got to stop playing hero ball. They got to distribute it around and look for high percentage shots, guys.
Yeah, and that's a tough one right there with Luke Kane picking up his 3rd foul.
To AJ's point, 3 assists and 10 turnovers for Georgia in the first half.
Shot clock under 10. Ike, they hedge out against him. Shot clock at 4. Ike lost control, got it back. Every little crevice is going the way of the Zags. 6 points for Ike.
Ike was determined.
He sure was.
Get a shot off on that possession.
James thought about it. Goes up top for 3. No good. A little too strong. Newell with the rebound. LeFew thought about doing it again. Demery, he'll fire a 3. It's good. Splashed it home in front of his bench.
That's his first 3 of the game. And he came in shooting the 3 ball really well in the last 5. 16 for 35 from the 3-point line.
Ike just got away with a carry. He put that right on his hip. He'll get it back after giving it up. Huff leans it. And he battles for his own rebound. He got it back. Hickman for 3. No good. In and out. And we got an injured Georgia player. It's Dakota LeFew. Here's that battle for that loose ball. Huff comes out with it.
Couldn't really tell.
It looked like he just came down awkward. LeFew, step back 3, sideline jumper, no good. That ball's off Battle, out of bounds. Oh no, they're going to say it was touched last by Georgia. Got to sell it, Steve, when you have that happen.
Sell it.
That's right.
Battle did a good job. He started pointing right away. And I think they got the call right.
Here we go. Ooh, I don't know. Did Lawrence hit that with his fingertips there? By the way, Blue Kane is back in with 3 fouls for Georgia. Hickman. Huff backing his way in. Huff, they hedge against him, kicks it out for Battle. Shot clock at 5, Battle for 3, it's good! Oh man, everything is falling, he's got 17.
Blue Kane digs and digs, recovers, contests, that's just better offense.
Yeah. And now Georgia tries to answer, no good, that's not what they want. Whistle blows, foul is called.
Battle not happy about that one. He said a little acting from Blue Kane on that play. But Blue Kane went flying. I think the referee said, hey, somebody had to push him.
Somebody had to push him down to the ground. All right, so the foul is on Battle. First team foul for Gonzaga. Demery will inbound on the baseline. To Newell.
That was close.
Yeah, everybody's different as far as the way they count to 5 on that. Demery to the baseline, lost control. He's in a tough spot. Just feeds it to James. James, hook shot no good. Newell with another offensive board, throws it up, and it doesn't go in.
What a tough competitor. Asa Newell on the glass every night in the SEC. This is a tremendous job by him. Look at him carving out space, rebounding out of his area, ripping it away, and drawing a foul to get to the line.
That's the second foul on Hickman. Asa Newell, whose brother plays for Georgia, he said it's the best part about it is that his brother holds him accountable on a daily basis. He's a young man who already has his associate's degree. He started taking classes when he was in high school. He converts.
I mean, you watch him, he's just relentless on the offensive glass. He has 7 total rebounds, 6 on the offensive glass. And you look at him right now, done a nice job, has 15 points, and really hasn't been featured in this game.
Yeah, you just saw Jaden on the bench. Jaden doesn't get a whole lot of time.
Well, he's 6'11". They list him at 220. He's added 15 pounds to his frame. He's going to add another 15, I'm sure, in the offseason. He's got a soft touch, good footwork. SEC all-freshman team.
And if he comes into our room, we could probably add another 15 with all the candy that we have. Huff swings it to the other side. Battle off the curl. Battle from 16. Battle too strong. Huff with another board. He'll throw it back up, and he pinballs it around.
How good of a decision was it by Mark Few to put Brandon Huff in the starting lineup and give him that kind of confidence that a young player needs?
He's got 12.
And he's responding.
He sure is.
Dialing on the glass. They can throw it down on the block. Good move.
Asa Newell called for the traveling violation.
When your bigs can shoot threes and then throw up the float game in the middle of the lane, you got everything working for Gonzaga. Big lead here in the second.
You know, the interesting thing too, Jamie, is the fact that he is a Clemson guy. So that was even more gratifying for him. But give Clemson credit. They battled all the way back from that deficit. Here, it's 58-36. Gonzaga's on top. Hickman gives up his dribble. Nembhard to the free throw line off the front of the rim. Let's just say they haven't had to utilize Nembhard a whole lot today. Kane is fouled by Nembhard. All right, it's been a tough day for Georgia, but our best dressed partner, Debbie Antonelli, picked up something here. LeFew's got his shorts on backwards.
I'm so sorry to point that out. Things just didn't start well, right, for Georgia today, and everything feels a little backwards for him right now.
LeFew, that's the reason why he said I wasn't knocking down threes. Shorts was backwards.
AJ's got more on LeFew.
Well, guys, I double-checked to see if maybe Dakota had some superstitions or, you know, this was a tradition of his, lucky socks or something. I'm told this has not happened before, and this is a one-time thing. So good catch, Deb.
Well, you know, there are jitters when you play in the NCAA tournament.
100%.
So things don't always go the way you plan.
No, not at all.
Now I feel bad I called the kid out.
Listen, he could be starting a trend.
Well, I'm glad AJ checked it out because that would have been the reason why he would have. He might be starting a trend.
58-38, 15, 10 to play here in the second half. EK working against Godfrey. Godfrey can't control it. The ball is deflected. And the rebound by Dylan James. Here comes Lawrence. Back down to Godfrey. Godfrey again on EK off the front of the iron. And a save on the baseline.
Good D right there to keep Nemhart in front.
Ooh, good.
What a steal. Great hands. And Demery's fouled. A foul is going to go against Inocente. That's his first. Huff checks out. Greg checks in.
He was riding him.
Yeah, he was.
That's that hand battle. Offense, defense. Those guys trying to win that battle.
James faces up against Greg. They get the stop. Now they need a bucket. Keep piecing this together. Godfrey lost the bounce.
Good rotation by Greg on the backside.
Kane was hitting that in practice yesterday, and he does right there.
Really good kick out, a good find. Play through the post, inside out. It's a great way to set up one of your best three-point shooters.
Kane, who played last year with a ponytail, now clean shaven. And EK is able to answer with a 2. He's got 8.
Soft touch. Good talk right here, calling out the pick. Good slide.
The ball goes inside to the block. Kane shapes up into the shooting pocket and a beautiful delivery.
Kane needs those shots. He's been in foul trouble and hasn't got a chance to be able to get in rhythm for our shooting the basketball. He can heat up.
Yeah, Georgia fans know this. His middle name is Blue. His first name is Christopher. And he missed that 3 there. Whistle blows and a foul on the floor. They'll get Greg on the weak side foul.
His dad was a golfer at Duke. His official middle name is Blue.
I love it.
His mom was a hooper as well.
So that's the second foul on Ben Gregg. 20 on the shot clock.
Ooh, tough pass.
Now they're trying to reset the offense. Little high-low, surreal, got position, lays it in. That's a good toss and catch.
Coach White was asking for that for the entire time, saying go down. He had a mismatch.
20 points in the paint for Georgia. The difference, though, is that Gonzaga, usually one of the best in the country in two-point field goals, playing so well from the three-point line, but Battle has 19.
I mean, he can break off the offense anytime he wants. In the early part of the season, he was doing that maybe too much to Mark Few's liking. Now he's a much better Gonzaga offensive threat because he is more patient, more mature inside this offensive system. And he's got all the skill set.
Well, and when he's rolling, you get a lot from him offensively. Under 13 to play. Nemhart, no look pass. EK caught it, kept his bearings. And Blue Kane with the near steal. Nemhart gets it back, sets up for a 2, and it's no good. EK has the rebound and the putback.
So athletic.
Wow.
Is excited.
Front line.
For sure. I mean, I think also to add to that, Deb, you said it best. Their offense, their move, it keeps them in great offensive balance to be able to get these offensive rebounds.
Blue Kane all alone in the corner for 3. Yes! He's got 8. It's down to 16. That sounds odd, but it was at 25 at one point in the first half.
Well, Georgia's winning this half so far, 21-16.
And Nemhart turns it over off his thigh.
This is a surprising play by Ryan Nemhart. You know, and Blue Kane wide open off a broken, unscripted offensive possession. I'm surprised Ryan Nemhart win the game right now with the feel that he has to make that silly play.
Demery put on a great display dribbling, but got too deep. Here comes Nemhard up the floor to the corner. Battle. Makes his man miss. Steps in. Jumper's good. That's a 2-point field goal. The assist to Nemhard. 21 for Battle.
Good basketball. It was very good basketball on this end for me, Deb. If you look at Demery Jr., one thing you got to understand is you beat your guy and there's a help. There has to be another pass so somebody's going to have a better shot.
66-48. Gonzaga's on top as we head into this timeout. For a team that doesn't necessarily rely on the three-point shooting, Gonzaga is using it to its full advantage here this afternoon. Our game summary, they have 10 threes. They've shot 58% overall, but also they have 20 points off turnovers. And we talk about the streak that Mark Few and Gonzaga has put together. I was surprised yesterday when Mark was so honest when we asked him about the streak. He said, I think it's one of the greatest things in sports to do what we have done at Gonzaga.
I think it speaks to the consistent standard of Gonzaga basketball, what they expect, how talented they've been.
Hickman.
I mean, come on. Like,
that's 11 threes today.
It is. I mean, phenomenal shooting, but like we talked about that streak, Deb, to be able to make the tournament and that many times consecutive. Him, Tom Izzo, and all the teams that are doing it at such a high level. That's just marvelous to have your team prepared year in and year out, because you go through injuries, you go through different things. They're great coaching.
To the corner, they threw the extra pass. Battle into the paint, slips it down low. And Greg can't convert. Well, we put that graphic up because we wanted Steve to be able to talk about Michigan State a little bit too, and Tom Izzo, but this is another three from Hickman.
I mean, Greg does such a good job of setting a flare screen, coming off the timeout, executing perfectly what Mark Few asked his team to run. And now they're going to play a little bit without Ryan Nemhard on the floor to give him a break.
And Greg converts. There's Nemhard. He does have 6 assists in today's ball game. He is the 51st player in Division I history with 800 assists or more.
Wow.
That's a lot of players.
A lot. Assists.
I mean, he has over, well, 330 now. In a single season.
Well, and the previous record, I mean, he's blowing right past. The previous record was 284 for the conference.
Yeah, it's just good feel, good vision.
West Coast Conference basketball has earned its respect. Randy Bennett at St. Mary's continues to do a great job. I thought Herb Sendek at Santa Clara had an incredible season.
Demery can't convert. Kane battling for the loose ball.
Good job by Blue Kane. He's battling.
And of course, the other point, too, is Washington State and Oregon State coming into the West Coast Conference, this being the first of 2 years, definitely elevated some of their metrics and their numbers and probably helped with some seeding.
Well, there you go. That's what they did against St. Mary's. They were 1 for 15. St. Mary's didn't make a three-pointer in that game, and they have 11 today. Godfrey up top to Kane. Kane fighting against Battle. Fade away from the baseline, and he's fouled by Battle.
Blue Kane in this second half, he was in foul trouble in the first half. Good job creating some space. And if you're Battle, you can see Mark Few should just go straight up. Don't foul him on that shot.
Yeah, Mark Few is telling Battle, move your feet, keep your hands off. I don't know, Steve, I wouldn't look over at the coach if I'd committed that. I'd eyes somewhere else.
I would. Either I do what you do, or if I look at him and say, yes, you're right, you're right. As long as you don't sub me.
That's what I mean. I don't want to come out.
Tyron Lawrence checks in. Montgomery checks out. Montgomery just got a little run for Georgia. And Kane back to the free throw line. Missed the first one. And he missed the second one. He's an 86% free throw shooter.
It's kind of the way it's been going for Georgia today.
Halfway through the second half, the number 8 seed in full control. The largest lead was 25. They're at 23 now.
They go accelerate, accelerate, misdirection, ISO to the block. It's so well done. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
And Huff doing a little talking to Asa Newell as he converts that one. Huff now has 14 points, 6 of 9 from the floor.
I mean, it is circle, circle, cut, pass, and then they misdirect, and they come right back right here to an ISO post up, one-on-one.
Deb, also to add to that, look at the spacing. I mean, if you watch the total opposite of Georgia, everything is clogged up in the paint. You said it was misdirection, cutting hard, and that's what you have to do. When the play is not for you, if you cut hard, it makes the defense have to really stop and understand where you're going, maybe take a step the wrong way. Then you get a chance to duck in.
You know, I always say this. I wish we had screen assist, cut assist, rim run, because that's an assist. Because you change the space on the floor, you create opportunities for your teammates, and that makes the game easier for everybody. That's why running the floor, cutting through your, accelerating through your cuts, so important in basketball.
Yeah, the work away from the ball.
It's the things that aren't on the stat sheet that really make the difference in how your team performs.
Demery made the first free throw. Second one is good. Deshane Montgomery is going to check in for Demery. Montgomery is the other transfer from Mount St. Mary's. (73-50) with 9:40 to play. The winner of this one moves on to take on Houston on Saturday, the #1 seed in the Midwest region.
It's a 1-3-1, but I love to see a little bit more pressure. This is just easy, swing the ball around.
And Battle.
Man, Battle's so good today.
So good.
So good.
24 points for Battle.
On 9 for 13.
Wow.
Talk about efficiency.
He has talked so much about being in this environment.
Good job. Beautiful drive by Montgomery. You see this right here, put pressure on him. If you're going to make the trap come, make it hard.
Numbers.
They leave it for Huff. Boy, that is unselfish.
I mean, this looks like it's in practice when you run through it. Kind of not at full speed a day before a game.
I mean, this is how good Gonzaga's offense is, right? Georgia has been known as a great defensive team, strong up front, great offensive rebounding team as Newell flushes it at the rim. But this is where good offense beats good defense, which I'm a big believer in.
Nembhard sitting at the scorer's table. He's been out the last few minutes getting a breather. Again, this little zone that Georgia's put in, trying to slow down the Zags. Ajayi, shot clock is at 5. Ajayi got too much space and doesn't get the roll. And Lawrence off the tip from Kane. 8 minutes to play. Lawrence for 3. Too hard off the back of the iron. Are they playing out of rhythm now as we look to see the bracket here in the Midwest region? The winner of this one moves on to take on Houston. The bottom of that bracket in Providence, McNeese upset Clemson, and Purdue held off High Point. That was actually a tight game for a little bit.
The madness on day 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
We're not even halfway through the day yet.
Battle checks out. Kane, surreal, and surreal. Wow, what athleticism. He was coming down when he let that one go.
You're totally right, Tom. But before that, he went up really high, and then he came down.
He went up really high. 78-56.
This is what makes Ryan Nembhard so good. Playing with a lead, controlling the pace, getting the ball in the right spots on the floor.
I mean, Braden Huff is, I mean, he has about 5 floaters.
At least.
Yeah, he's showing some athleticism for a guy that's 6'10". Not that big guys aren't athletic, but he's looking like that high school point guard. And Surreal slams it home. Uh-oh.
I was looking at the camera up there.
I was looking at the shot clock, everything. I thought it was all coming down.
80-58. Nemhart, Huff, extra pass. And Achente, 3 no good. Rebound by Cade. A near steal. Lawrence gets it back. Asa Newell is bumped. And that foul is going to go against Huff. That'll be his third. Gonzaga has come to play. Fresh off the West Coast Conference Championship. They are shaking the Georgia world. Well, they are a really good team, and the guard play, Jamie, as you mentioned, has been so good for them. They've kind of taken it to another level this season. Kevin Young comes from the NBA, and that sort of style really is something that BYU fed off of this entire year.
Well, I think Gonzaga runs very much a pro-style offense. I mean, they share the ball, they spread it out, they take advantage of mismatches, isolation, opportunity.
Well, and they're surging right now, Gonzaga, off that win against St. Mary's in the West Coast Conference Tournament. EK is fouled going up.
Mark Few is outstanding on situational offense, whether it's baseline out of bounds, situations out of timeouts, sideline out of bounds. When there's a dead ball opportunity, his teams execute so well.
EK to the free throw line. 6:22 to play. EK's first free throw is no good. What do you have, AJ?
Well, Mark Few during that last timeout was telling his team if they want to win this next 4, they have to continue to execute aggressively defensively. And also he was keying in on rebounds. He said they have to keep high pointing the ball and keep on crashing the glass, guys.
Well, they've done all of that today. It really is remarkable. They've come out with such presence in this ball game.
They have. I mean, it's just been beautiful to watch on both ends how connected they are. Obviously, they have a general and a point guard in Nemhart, but I love the spacing. I love the way they talk, the communication. When each guy comes out, they're happy for each other. They're talking, communicating, and they are doing all the little things. They're checking out. And just look at them run, how hard they're running to get to their spots.
Hickman off the screen. Hickman goes up to EK, who tried to swat it off a Georgia player. Nemhart with the steal.
Well, Georgia has played them even here in the second half, and Gonzaga has stayed with Georgia on the glass. I thought that would be an issue for Gonzaga in the game. But Georgia's only turned it over 2 times here in the second half. They turned it over 10 times in the first half.
Ajayi from 18 swishes it home.
Beautiful mid-range shot right there.
And Surreal is banged up. He goes into a catcher's stance. The ball is stuck. All right, Steve.
He just shot it up there. Montgomery was shooting it over the basket, and he didn't make it over the top of the basket, and it bounced back.
This is where Steve Smith has to go on somebody's shoulders to get to that. No,
not at all.
We got a mop. Well, else fails, you go to the mop. Here's Surreal, number 6. Watch this. Ooh, he took one right in the chops.
The previous play is under review.
Well, you have to.
Yeah, they did not initially have a whistle on it, so if they put a whistle on it, they're going to have to upgrade it. Or if they review it, they're going to have to upgrade it. If they choose to.
Yeah, so Lucas Santos already looked at it, so now he steps away. Marquise Pettigrew and Nate Harris look at it now. He's trying to pull his elbow away and then lets it fly.
Yeah, this one, I think.
All right, we'll bring in Gene Steratore. Gene, what do you think here? This is was not called a foul, but they've reviewed it to see if there was any other contacts.
Yeah, Tommy, I think as Deb said, because of no foul there, they can only have a flagrant foul. I think Nate Harris is going to come over. To me, the first elbow is a miss. The second one, though, with contact in the head neck area, I would not be surprised if they don't go flagrant one here.
Flagrant 1 foul for excessive contact above the neck. 2 shots for Georgia plus the ball on the baseline.
Well, right on, Gene. Right on, Deb, with that call. Yep. And it is a flagrant 1, as Marquise Pettigrew just let us know. Yeah, this is a good cleanup on the officials' part. All right, so Surreal will go to the free throw line. He'll get a chance with nobody there. 49% free throw shooter, converts the first. Ike picked up that foul, and it's his third. So there are 3 Zags with 3 fouls. Second shot for Surreal. He looked like a 49% free throw shooter.
Beautiful
Pretty
stroke.
good.
He must have been practicing since the end of the SEC tournament. And it will be Georgia basketball. As Dylan James checks out. 5:33 left to play. EK and Surreal talking about it.
That's good sportsmanship, right? I love that.
Devery picked out up front to Montgomery, who's getting some run in the second half.
Give it to him.
He wanted it. He got a little farther away from the basket. Backing his way in. 10 on the shot clock. Newell, and he grazes the front of the rim.
Good D by Ajayi inside.
Yeah, giving up some size, only 6'7", but had the leverage and the strength to get him off that block.
He got his man up off his feet, decides to dish it out. No, they didn't fall for the shot fake there that time. Shot clock under 10. Ike up off the glass. He powered it. That's 13 for him, and another assist. That's 8 assists for Nembhard.
The patience of Nembhard to let him reshape. They tried the pick and roll, it didn't happen. They let him seal and shake back up to the basketball.
Montgomery pull up J. Ajayi with the rebound, kept his pivot foot. Now Nembhard will slow it down.
A nice job of playing big for the Zags.
Stromer will check in momentarily for the Zags.
I think he's going to love his shot chart when he looks at going 8 for 11 and the variety of shots he was able to make, even all the way to the three-point line.
I think the other part of it too, this late in the year, making the change in the starting lineup. I mean, you guys both played. Sometimes that doesn't always resonate properly. As the shot clock is down to 2. Ajayi turnaround jumper, no good. And the rebound by Newell. But it's about advancing, and that's what they did. They won the West Coast Conference, and they're trying to advance here in the NCAA tournament. Three and a half to play. The 25-point lead, that's what they had in the first half. 26 was the largest one. Here's Kane, feeds Newell. Newell has it blocked from behind, and he's fouled going up. Innocenti called for the foul. This has been all Gonzaga since the 17-minute mark in the first half. They've had a double-digit lead, and they just keep on building. Well, we do know that for Gonzaga, moving on means a date with #1 Houston. It'll be the first NCAA tournament matchup between these two teams with active streaks of 5 or more Sweet 16 appearances. So something has got to give when they face off on Saturday.
Well, you know, one of the things that I thought SIUE did in the game with Houston is when they went away from their ball screen offense and they went it more to pass cuts, staying away from bringing 2 to the ball. And Gonzaga does that offensively naturally. That is a big part of the way they run their offense. So it's going to be interesting to see Houston's defense and Gonzaga's offense. I think Houston's offense is going to have to play well, and Gonzaga's defense is going to have to play well. Since those are both the identities are opposite, but the standards aren't any different for both coaches.
You're totally right, and this is going to be one fun to watch. And obviously, we have time left in this game, but I think Gonzaga for them is they have some size that they can compete. They have great guard play. I mean, it's going to come down to who can minimize their mistakes. And if you're Houston, this is a team right here where if there's no ball screens, they're going to have to play solid, and they can't keep people in front.
Well, the possession belongs to Gonzaga. Ajayi kind of got caught in the paint. I think he thought about shooting it right there and then opted not to. Got it into Diani and then the tie-up. 7 on the shot clock.
Well, I'm thinking about L.J. Cryer being on Ryan Nembhard to start. That is going to be an interesting. Cryer usually gets the best offensive player on the perimeter. That would be really fun to keep an eye on.
Ajayi's put back, no good, but a foul is called as Dylan James comes limping out of the pile. There's Nembhard, who today has just 3 points, but he has 8 assists.
Where you look at the score, they didn't really need him at all. They just
First shot for Ajayi, and it's good. And now the second shot for Ajayi, 87-62. Well, they average 87. Gonzaga does.
Which is second in the nation.
Yep. Demery deadens it off the back of the iron. No good. It just falls off. 3 from Stromer. No good. And Kane with the rebound. Here comes Kane up the floor. Kane blocked away by Stromer.
Okay, Dusty. 6'6" sophomore playing a little defense, known for his shooting ability. Dad went up and got that one.
Yeah, this is a big-time play right here.
And by the way, Hickman checks out of the game. Mark Few's son, Joe, checks into the game. Number 15, there he is. And Jun Suk Yo will check in also. He's number 22. Whistle blows and the foul called on Yo. This is a family affair for Gonzaga. Ms. Marcy, Mark Few's wife.
You know, we were talking to Mark yesterday about, you know, what else you got going on besides hoops? Like, got real life stuff. He's got 4 kids. AJ, his son's a video coordinator. Joe is also, we see on the floor. Colt's his 15-year-old still in high school. Then there's his daughter, Julia. They're trying to figure out where she's going to go to college. Well, the 3 boys want to be around their dad. Julia's like, I'm getting the heck out of here. She's trying to find some other schools, and it's kind of interesting. Mark said she's been telling us for 10 years she's out of here.
Chasing the sun. Ball is deflected, and the foul is called. Pretty remarkable, though. You know, Saturday it's going to be a matchup of 2 coaches that have over 700 wins.
That's just remarkable.
It is remarkable.
Both those guys of consistency.
Well, I hope Coach Few gets the ballot nomination.
I would agree with that.
Hall of Fame.
Yep.
He deserves it. We'll find out in the Final Four. We're going to find out in a couple weeks.
Diani lost control. It's picked back up by Yo. Shot clock is at 7. Stolen by Kane. Here comes Kane. Stromer's chasing him, and Kane lays it in.
Stromer didn't try to go block that one at all.
10 points for Kane, all in the second half. Just couldn't get in rhythm in the first half. He was in foul trouble from the get-go. Few off the screen. Innocenti. No good. Kane with the rebound. 1:28 to play. Demery, who still has a bright future ahead of him, along with Newell. Newell has been really good today and athletic. 20 points for him. And Yo, fadeaway jumper. No good. Diani puts it back.
Job by Diani being able to get on the glass.
Timeout called. James will check out. 55.6 to play here in the second half. We'll be back right after this. Our game reset. It's been all Gonzaga. It was a little less than 17 minutes to play in the first half where they reached double digits. They jumped out to a 13-0 lead. You know, the last time they lost in the round of 64, there was this baggy pants jersey kid called Steph Curry that was lighting people up.
Whoa, that was a breakout game for him. 40 against the Zags.
Steve, you remember when those uniforms were that baggy?
Yeah, I do for sure. I wear mine like that as well.
Demery for 3, and it connects. He has 15. This will be the final game for guys like Dakota LeFew, Tyron Lawrence for the Bulldogs of Georgia. They've helped their team to the NCAA tournament for the first time in 10 years, which is something they can hang their hat on. Stromer. Shot clock under 5, and Achenti will let it go. No good. Battle for the loose ball. Few saves it, and that'll do it. The Zags with a convincing 89-68 victory over Georgia. It is the 16th straight first-round victory for Mark Few's program. Pretty incredible run. So Saturday sets up with a dandy. The 8 seed Gonzaga will take on the 1 seed Houston here in Wichita. And what a battle that's going to be. 2 head coaches of over 700 wins and a very distinct style. Each of them has a very distinct style.
Yeah, they do. But both of them end up winning because they are very good X's and O's. They created great cultures, and I think one thing I love about it, they get their teams to play hard, and they're all on the same page. I just love both of these coaches. Definitely could play for them there.
Yeah, I know you could, but a lot of people would love for you to be playing for them. Identity. It's an identity.
Yes.
Houston, it's their standards on defense. It's their way they shoot the ball. For Gonzaga, it's their offense, the way they move the ball. One of the top powerful offenses in all of college basketball against one of the stingiest defenses that you're going to find. It's going to be a great matchup.
Nembhard, it's going to be a great matchup for him, the guard play. And Caleb Battle, who was fantastic today, 24 points and 8 rebounds. Pretty incredible day. And he is standing by with A.J. Ross.
That's right. Caleb, you came to Gonzaga to experience moments like this. You showed out tonight, 24-8, but it wasn't just you. Hickman, Huff, EK in double digits. When you guys collectively shoot like this, how much confidence does it give you going forward?
It gives me all the confidence in the world. First of all, my faith in God gives my confidence. And then I run through a wall for Coach Few and all these guys behind me. These are my brothers, my family. They accepted me with open arms to the transfer portal, and I'm just happy I made the right choice.
This marks the 16th straight first-round win for Gonzaga. How much pride do you all collectively take in this?
We take a lot of pride. Like I said, these family and all the confidence that runs through them runs through me. You know, we can't win if we don't do it together as a collective unit. And I feel like as long as we going out there playing hard, we can't be stopped. So I'm just proud of these guys.
On deck, you have the #1 seed, Houston. What are your thoughts on that matchup?
Man, they're a great program, and they deserve all their success. And it's going to be a tough game. Can't wait to go out there and compete. I'm just excited to get the opportunity to play against those guys.
We're excited to watch. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, he talked about family and how it was like a family. And his family is here watching, but his extended family was surrounding him. Gonzaga with a convincing victory over Georgia. They advance to the 2nd round. Turn to TNT now for Wofford and Tennessee, and TBS for Yale and Texas A&M at 7:25 Eastern. But after these messages, we'll send you to our studio.